Virgo, welcome back, Divine Essence Tarot. So we're going to take a look at some oracle decks tonight. No tarot, I'm doing something different. Haven't seen you guys in quite some time, but I'm back like I never left, okay? If anybody needs a personal reading, inbox me. You can email me, and my email is in my bio, in my description, and I will take care of you. This is a general reading, so it's not going to be exactly your situation, but I want you to take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Perfectly fine. That's how it works. And let's dig right in. Spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please shine the light on what I need to see for Virgo. Y'all know I'm a Virgo moon, right? I don't know if you know that, but you should know that. And also, happy birthday, Virgo. This is your season. Happy birthday. What are y'all doing for your birthday? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how things resonate as well in the comments. I always love to hear from you guys. You know that. You see that I turned the camera around this time, so I'm doing it this way for now. Back to the old days when I first started recording on YouTube. This is the way I used to do it, so I wanted to switch it up. I'm a Libra, so you know, it just all goes with the flow of things. If I feel like turning the camera back around later on, I probably will. So yeah, let's see what we have. Now, this is a new oracle deck that I just got. I'm so excited. And it just came yesterday. This will tell us any one of these oracles, because I have 3 of them here. I have this one, the Hidden Truth Oracle, the Broken Mirror, and I have this one, which I forgot the name of it already because it's so new. But how it works is that all the cards that I pull, it's either going to be your energy or your person's energy, all right? And I want to see who you're in no contact with. This is what this reading is all about, Virgo. This is the person that you're no longer talking to. You're not in contact with them. You haven't heard from them. They haven't heard from you, all right? So let's see what we have. Spirit, please show me what I need to see for Virgo and the person they are in no contact with at this time. I saw you struggle. I tried to help you. Well, I mean, you know what I'm getting? That it could be, Virgo, that when you met this person, this was someone that either they were going through some struggles in their life and you tried to help them at that time. You tried to be supportive, and maybe they were resistant to that help, or they didn't want the help, you know, that you were trying to give them. Maybe you tried to give them advice on something, or you tried to physically help them. You could have given them money. You could have just been an ear when they needed to vent. But this person, even though you tried to help them, I feel like instead of being appreciative, this is someone who gave you their ass to kiss instead. Okay? Wow. Tell me more, Spirit. This is somebody who is a taker, is what I'm getting. So this is someone who, they don't mind receiving love and receiving support, but when it's time for the tables to turn, and let's say you need an ear or you need help, where are they? You can never get in touch with them, this and that. It's always something, but they don't have time for you then. They only have time when they need help. This is also somebody that, and I'm channeling energy now, that you would hear from them mostly when they needed something. And this person had a lot of issues and problems that were going on in their life. So they would call you a lot and vent to you. And they would drain your energy, Virgo, is what they would do. Because you were kind enough to listen and offer your support and offer your help and an ear and be a friend and be a lover to this person. But instead of them recognizing that and really appreciating that, this is somebody who was careless and also very selfish. Tell me more, Spirit. Picked up 2 at 1. I want things to go back to where they used to be. Wow. Wow. So this person is, and you could feel the same way. You could also feel, Virgo, at this time, because a lot of times when we're in connection with someone, if it's a really deep soul connection, which it could be, that you and this person could be mirroring each other. And the reason why I'm getting that is, you see, I'm looking at the artwork It may just look like squiggles to you, but to me, I'm reading through the artwork, and it just looks like, you know, you guys could be feeling the same way about the separation, the disconnect. You could be yearning for them, and they could be yearning for you. And I feel also, just so you know, that when you're thinking of them heavily, they're also thinking of you as well, just as heavy. They want things to go back to the happier times. They want to go back to when you guys would be on the phone talking every day, you know, and they knew where you were. This person has no idea what you're doing at any given time. And I feel like it really, that is one of the things that gets under their skin, and it drives them crazy, because before they knew where you were. You could have even like shared your location with this person, and they shared theirs with you, and you guys just kept track of each other, and it made you feel like you weren't so far away from each other when you weren't together physically. This could also be someone who you're separated by water with. So this could be a long distance connection. You could be in a different state or a different city, different town. For some of you, it's a whole different country. Okay. But yeah, they are wanting things to go back. Tell me more, Spirit. If you wanted to talk to other people, all you had to do was say that. Okay. So you could be feeling, Virgo, that this person, all they had to do was be honest with you. So clearly, you could have found out, for some of you, that this person was either talking to someone else, or they had multiple people. Maybe they were online dating. Maybe, you know, they were hooking up with an ex or something like this. But you found out something having to do with the third party. And I feel like what really grates your gears and really grinds your gears is the fact that this person could have been honest with you, because you were always honest with them. If they would have just came to you and said, listen, I want to talk to others. I want this to be an open relationship. At least you would have known where you stood. But this person couldn't be honest with you. And so you feel betrayed. I'm getting a very betrayed feeling from you when it comes to them. Yeah. They didn't even give you the option. So that's the thing. And for you, it's like a disrespect, because how dare they, right? I just heard how dare they, because you were someone who was honest, and you were also loyal to them. And so you didn't go outside of the connection. For some of you, you found out that they did, and you just don't understand why they couldn't come out and say that that's what they wanted, instead of trying to be sneaky and going behind your back. One more, Spirit. I want this, but I don't trust myself. Wow. So this person that you're in no contact with, they actually want to be with you. Don't think they don't, Virgo. They want to be with you. They want to be in a relationship with you. They want to be committed to you, but they don't feel secure within themselves. They don't trust themselves to do the right thing. They know that they are probably going to mess this up all over again, because they are stuck in a pattern. This is someone that I'm getting, they could have baggage from past relationships, where very toxic habits when it comes to connections, where they continuously self-sabotage their relationships. Okay. They step out of the connection. All right. And they do it without reason, because they're very habitual, whoever this is. They're used to doing things a certain way. And this is someone who's very stubborn as well. They could be a Taurus. I'm also getting they could be an Aries. And this person, because of their bad habits and their toxic behavior patterns, they don't even, and they know they have their ways about them, their dark ways. They're in their shadow self, meaning they are not, when it comes to spirituality, they may talk about it with you, but they don't live that life. You live that life. And I know you do, because you wouldn't be here. Right? So it's like this person, they could have came in and, worn a mask and came off as though they were very spiritual and on the same path as you, and butterflies and rainbows and all this, but they were hiding the fact that they're very toxic. Okay. And this is something that they hid, but they know within themselves that they're not grounded enough to come back to you and come back to this connection and do the right thing. So they're unsure if they're even capable of doing that. Wow. Bottom of the deck, we have, I loved the attention they gave me. Wow. And look, there's like, it looks like, what do you call it? Fireworks that's going off here. So this person, I feel like they are attracted to shiny things, shiny new things. Even if they are in a committed relationship, if they see someone that stands out to them and they want them, they're going to go after them. They have no boundaries. Okay. This person will party with whoever, even if they're in a relationship, very selfish and very careless. This person they take risks is what I just heard. But anyway, they want you to know that they loved the attention that they got from these other people or this other person. And this is why they stepped out, and this is why they cheated. And this is why they were talking to other people and giving their energy to others, because they are someone who is very insecure. Okay. I'm hearing from my guides that this is somebody who appears from the outside to be strong and collected and they have it together. But in reality, they feel this small on the inside. This is someone who has like a complex. They have low self-esteem, low self-worth. So they can't just be satisfied with one person, is what I'm saying, Virgo. They need multiple people, or at least more than one person. They need options, is what I'm saying. Okay. They need the attention. They love attention. This is someone who loves the attention from others. They care a lot about what other people think as well, and care less about what they feel and think. They put other people's, I would say they value what others think about them and what they feel about them instead of valuing what they feel about themselves. Okay, if that makes sense. They don't value themselves enough. And so they just go for anything. That's terrible. Oh my God. Guys, I want you to let me know if that resonates. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to go to the next deck, which is this hidden oracle, hidden truth oracle. Okay. I love the oracles because it will give you a deep dive on what this person is. If you're in no contact, you don't have any idea of what they're thinking or how they're feeling, right? And these oracles always hit every single time. And again, this could also be how you feel. So just take what resonates, okay? Spirit, please show me what I need to see for Virgo. I love you. Wow. Didn't I tell you? They do love you. They do want to be with you. If you were wondering if they still care about you in this no contact, they do. They do. It's not that they don't. They absolutely do. They still hold a flame for you. They still want you. Tell me more, Spirit. I hid who I really am from you. What did we pull before? What did I say before? I said this person wore a mask. Okay? They pretended to be one way just to get your attention. They knew because they were reading you just like you were reading them. Okay, when y'all first started to talk and get to know each other and date and court and all of that, they were reading you. Okay, and they figured out what you wanted and what you were looking for. And they took notes and they stored it in their mind. And then they showed up in that way because that's what they knew you wanted. But guess what? Someone can only do that for but so long before the mask falls off, because you can't hold that mask up forever because it's not really who you are. So eventually it has to fall off, right? And I feel like with this person, what happened was they hid it for however long you guys were dating. Could have been a month, could have been 2 months, could have been a year, whatever it was. They hid it and then they couldn't hold it up anymore. And the mask fell off and you saw who they really were, right? But they want you to know that they were hiding who they really are. Okay? Who you met in the beginning is not who they truly are. I told you, this person is toxic, but for whatever, I'm getting really strongly that this person came off to be spiritual, to be, a light worker or something to that effect. Someone who is on the up and up, right? Straight and narrow. Somebody who's a stand-up person, whether they be female or male. Somebody you can trust. Somebody who is, in this. They also could have came off like they wanted something committed. They could have talked about marriage. They could have talked about having a child. They could have talked about, long term with you, right? All of that, because they saw that's what you wanted. And that's what you were looking for. They knew that you weren't looking for, Virgo, somebody who was going to be in and out. You weren't looking for a one night stand. And so once they figured that out, they showed up in that way that you wanted to get the energy that you have. How else were they going to get next to you unless they showed up how they knew they had to, right? If they would have came in toxic in the beginning, showing their true self, would you have dealt with them? Would you have laid down with them? Would you have talked to them, given them your time? No. So they played on that. This is somebody who's very manipulative. Tell me more, Spirit. I wish I had treated you better. They know for a fact that you didn't deserve the treatment that you got from them. They know that you were of high caliber, Virgo. You're someone who is honest, hardworking, focused, and you're a giver. You're a nurturer. You wanted this to grow. And this person came in, and I feel like if they didn't cheat on you, okay? For some of you, they didn't cheat on you. For some of you, the third party wasn't a person. The third party was, they were working too much. They were hanging with their friends too much. They were listening to family too much. It was something or someone outside of y'all's connection that started to take them out. They allowed this to detach them from you. And I feel that's what ruined this. The fact that their attention was no longer on you, right? And they know that wasn't right. They wish that they had handled you better. They know that they didn't do the right thing by you. They didn't do you right. Tell me more, Spirit. You were the best thing, my God, in my life. You were the best thing in their life. They never had anybody like you. I'm getting that the relationships they had in the past all failed, but it wasn't even because of them. It was because of the types that they were attracting. They attracted a lot of wounded people. And I feel like because they got hurt from these wounded people, they became toxic. And they picked up bad patterns from those people. They had to learn how to adapt to that toxicity. And then when they met you, someone who's not toxic, they pulled all that baggage and dumped it right into your relationship. And you didn't deserve that. And so they know that you were the best out of anybody they ever met or ever dealt with. You were the number one best that they ever had. And I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about your spirit, the type of individual, the type of human that you are. What you brought to the table, what you were bringing, the energy that you bring, the love, the way that you love them. I'm hearing from my guides, because I hear messages and I also see messages. But I'm hearing that the way that you love them is what they miss the most. The way that you love them was just different. It was different. They never experienced that before, like a true, genuine love. They never had that. I feel like most of the people that they dealt with, they always took from this person. They took. This is not a bad person at the heart. This person is actually a good person that you were dealing with. They have a good heart, but they've been taken advantage of a lot, and they've been hurt, of course, by that. And because they've been hurt people. And that person that you were dealing with hurt you, even though you didn't deserve it, because they have been hurt in the past and they didn't know how to handle a love that's so true like yours. Bottom of the deck, we have, you came closer than anyone. What did we just talk about? out of everybody that they dealt with, you were the one that got the closest to their heart because you were the most genuine. You're on a whole nother level when it comes to love. You don't come in trying to use anybody. You don't have any hidden agendas. This person could be vulnerable with you, and they know that. And they know that no one possibly will ever get as close as you did. Because a lot of people out there are damaged. And not to say that you haven't been through things, Virgo, but you're the type of person that, yes, you have went through things, but when you are in a connection, you don't dump all of that garbage into your relationship. You don't. That's not who you are. And this person did that. Okay? Now, thank you, Spirit. Let's pull one more card from the broken mirror. One more card. And then we'll close out. All right. Let's see what we got, guys. Distractions. What did we talk about earlier? It says temptation, always busy, kept you waiting. What did we talk about earlier? Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. This person, either, if you look at the card, there's looks like a female, right? That's laid up, about to get it in, right? Now, they, like I said, the third party that destroyed this connection and has you guys in no contact could have been another person. Could have been another woman or another man that they were laid up with, having sex with, giving their emotions to. You see how she's drawing that heart. There could have been emotions with this other person. Your person, Virgo, could have been giving love to you and then they fell in love with somebody else on the side. I'm just going to throw it out there. Or for others of you, it could be that, what does it say? Always busy. We talked about it already. I told you it could have been that they were working and overworking themselves. And to the point where they were so drained from working that they didn't even have time to put into the relationship with you anymore because it was work, 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 go home, go to sleep. Okay, so where were they going to fit you in? Okay, so it could have been that. Kept you waiting. This is someone who maybe, for example, you could have, always you guys were in contact throughout the day, texting here and there. You're at work, they're at work, but you would keep in touch. And this person, after a while, you started to see that this person didn't even have time to send you that text at lunchtime. They didn't have time to pick up that phone during their lunch and say, hey, babe, how you doing? They didn't have time for you anymore. They always kept you last. There were other things that were always more important. Their kids, their parents, their friends, work. Then it could have been, like I said, it could have been a whole nother person that they were trying to divide their time with as well. So just take what resonates, guys. But this is someone who was definitely distracted. I do see that. We did see that this person, regardless of everything that came out, they do still have love for you. They do. It's just that we're talking about someone who is damaged themselves. And they are now receiving the karma of not being with you. That is their karma, for you not to be in their life. Their karma is losing you. And so, guys, I want you to let me know how it resonates. All right. I'm so glad that you spent time with me here. I will be back again. I promise you, very soon. And I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right. Later.